I'm Ashton Addison from BlockWest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the CryptoCoinShow. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Reeve Collins, the CEO and co-founder of BLOCKv. I would love for you to kick off the conversation with just a little bit of background about BLOCKv and some of the solutions that your team is bringing to the space.
Yeah, it's really interesting, especially now, 2021 at the tail end of this year with the boom of NFTs, because we started this company in 2015. We were truly the first platform in the industry to recognize the power of NFTs. And when we dove in, there wasn't even really a term NFTs. That wasn't a word. It wasn't on a side note, it was very interesting to see that they just announced NFT as a new addition to the dictionary, like the most popular word of this year. So I just saw that, but back in 2015, it wasn't even really a word. And so when we rolled out this concept, we actually coined our own term for it, which is called a Vatom, which was a virtual atom, because there wasn't a word. And so we wanted to take a token, like what the blockchain gave us then, which was tradable, ownable, and then add highly programmable characteristics to it to have a very engaging digital object, which everyone now knows is non-fungible tokens, which truly is the technical term for it. It just wasn't in the common nomenclature. And so now we have these NFTs, and our platform enables you to do extraordinary things with them. Just make them a much more engaging experience than even a lot of the ones that you see today that are simply just JPEGs in a wallet.
I'd love for you to go a little bit more into depth into what kind of use cases and how can you use these Vatoms besides just an NFT that is digital art.
And a lot of people ask, is it a bubble? Is this all speculation? What's driving the market? And a lot of it is, right? There's just a lot of hype around getting these digital collectibles. They're no different than baseball cards or any other collectible in the offline world, but they're digital. However, once you make something digital, it becomes programmable. And when something's programmable, it's obviously much more engaging than a physical good. And so these programmable goods can add a significant amount of value to your life in many ways. Now, that's just the very first use case. And so those may or may not hold their value, but what will hold their value is when all of the rest of the use cases open up. The use case and the importance of NFTs can't be overstated, because as we look at where we're going right now, and especially with the advent, or not the advent, but the how popular that Metaverse is becoming, NFTs are going to be such a significant part of our life, because the only thing that we're going to have in all of these different metaverses, the real thing that's going to be persistent is our identity. So in each different environment, they will know that it's us that showed up, and our wallet. And within that wallet, you're going to have a lot of digital goods. All of those digital goods are going to be NFTs. And so that's why they're really so valuable. It's not about art, it's about how you're going to move through those digital worlds and what your digital life is going to look like. There's a gentleman named Eric Boulier, who's my partner in this, and he's the true visionary behind, he really had this concept of programmable digital goods. We dove in together in 2015, and he foresaw a world that we have today. Like, he truly foresaw that we're just scratching the surface on today. But the world he foresaw was that persistent identity and a wallet filled with digital goods. And we wanted to be the technology provider and to be the standard for those digital goods. And so what we did was we ended up doing an ICO in 2017 and raising a significant amount of money. We put all of that money into building out the most robust enterprise-grade smart NFT platform that there is. Our technology today is still leading the industry in features and functionalities and what our NFTs can do.
I would love to know more about the developer ecosystem. Are you getting enterprises involved? How is this going from code to commerce?
When we dove in and built the technology, the focus that we had was enterprise and large brands. This new asset is a token of engagement. So we wanted to go to brands and say, instead of banner ads and emails and all the ads that you're doing, wouldn't it be better if you provided your consumers something of value and an engaging object that they can own and buy, sell, and trade? And it can be a new way for you to communicate on a one-to-one basis. It was a difficult education because it was so new and so cutting edge, but that's what we really focused on, building these tools to make it easy for large brands to roll out campaigns. We've done probably over 100 campaigns for global brands. We're running one now in the UK and all of Europe for PlayStation and Doritos and Pepsi and NBA, and in the States for Fjallraven, a large clothing company, and many, many more brands are rolling out. And professional bull riding right now, we just rolled out a whole line of collectible cards for professional bull riding, where you get the card and the rider and the bull and combine them and create a different card. So it's really gamifying the interaction that fans can have with the brand's assets. And so for us, that's extremely valuable for brands. It enables them to stay ahead of the curve and not become irrelevant in this digital world. The BLOCKv network or the BLOCKv ecosystem is somewhat complicated because when I talk about all of these campaigns that have run in the BLOCKv ecosystem, it's not necessarily from BLOCKv, the company. We did an ICO and we created a token called V. And V is our network token that powers and enables us to issue NFTs. There's this foundation corporation in Switzerland that runs the BLOCKv technology. And then in that world, there's been a few more companies that have been built on top of that, mainly Vatom Inc. and has gone really deep down the Metaverse world with Spatial Web. Spatial Web is one of the most scalable and interactive environments to date, is that it was built natively with NFTs in mind, with our wallet system in there and with our highly programmable NFTs in there. And I partnered with another gentleman, Tyler Mabius, for Smart Media Technologies. Smart Media Technologies is really focused on the brands. So we've done a lot of those brand campaigns where we go out because we have a history of online advertising and media buying. So Smart Media Technologies is television media buying and all digital media buying and social. And then we've incorporated the smart NFTs in that offering, like I discussed earlier, to really help the brands engage in a new way with their consumers. So the campaigns that I'm mentioning today have come from that ecosystem. And the reason why it's so important, there are different commercial enterprises. However, they're all driven and powered by BLOCKv and driven by our V token.